morning. My name is Devon Murray, and I'm the Education Director with OHI, the Oklahoma Healthy Aging Initiative. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about who OHI is in a moment, but I want to spend my time talking to you about the 7 tips for healthy aging. So tip 1, and the most important thing to remember, is to continue to stay physically active. Continuing to stay physically active will help regulate your blood pressure, maintain your heart health, and of course, strengthen muscles, tendons, and joints. Now, if you are someone who suffers from arthritis, it's really important to remember that regular physical activity will decrease the inflammation that you may experience and should also decrease the amount of pain that you experience. Tip number 2, eat right, as often as possible, of course. Remember, you are what you eat. It's okay to indulge. We all do. So if there's a birthday or a special event, please feel free to have that piece of cake or have that piece of pie or enjoy the time with your family or friends. The goal, however, is to have proper nutrition in the correct proportion more often than not. So being able to eat right, being able to get a good mix of fruits and vegetables is important. The average American, the recommended amount of fruits and vegetables for the average American is 5 to 7 servings a day. Most of us are not getting anywhere near that. So remember to try to look at your plate, think about your plate, and maybe increase that serving of fruits and vegetables. Tip number 3 is make sleep a priority. I know as we get older, sleeping can be a little bit more difficult, but our goal is to try to get 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep each night. Now, the questions that I normally get when we're talking about sleep is, well, I have trouble getting to sleep. So the first thing I would recommend if you're having difficulty getting to sleep is to practice good sleep hygiene. So what is sleep hygiene? Sleep hygiene is that routine that you have before you get ready for bed. So if you think about your children, your grandchildren, your nieces and nephews, when they were small, what routine did you have for them when they went to bed? Did they brush their teeth? Did they take a bath? Did they read a book? That's the routine, and that routine in itself is what we call good sleep hygiene. So just like kids, we have to get our body and our mind ready for sleep. So find a schedule that works for you or find a routine that works best for you. We do, of course, recommend that you not, keep the TV on. Of course, TV, lots of visual stimuli, lots of light. So being able to turn that TV off and maybe give yourself a few minutes where your body can wind down, but most importantly, your mind can wind down for good, restful sleep. The next question I get a lot when we're talking about sleeping is, well, I wake up in the middle of the night. How do I put myself back to sleep? Well, the first thing I always recommend is try not to turn on any social media, any televisions, any phones. The light's going to wake your brain up a little bit more. So I always tell people, get up, do what you have to do, go back to your bed where it's dark, lay on your back if you can, hands on your stomach. You're going to put your hands on your stomach, and we're going to practice diaphragmatic breathing. So what that is we're going to breathe through our belly. So we're going to take a nice big breath in through our nose, and we're going to exhale out of our mouth, and we're going to do that 10 times. So I want you to count that while you're laying in bed. So breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth 10 times. What you're going to find happens is you're going to be focused. Your brain's going to be focused on that count, and you're not going to allow your brain to think about or start thinking about the other things or the list you have to do today or the things that you need to do moving forward. So hopefully that small technique will help get you back to sleep. Tip number 4 is protect your brain. Your brain is a muscle, just like the muscles in your arms and your legs, and it has to be used, has to be exercised. Work on mind-sharpening games, whatever those games may be. Sudoku is a great one, crossword puzzles. I don't know about you, but my goal is to finish a New York Times crossword puzzle at some point in time in my life. So I'm excited about that. That's one of my goals. But find a mind-sharpening game that you enjoy. Remember, you can get your kids or grandkids involved in this. Lots of little kids, especially young children, love to play games, and it's beneficial for you too. So sit down, play a game with your family, play a game with your children, grandchildren, nieces and nephews. Also, reading is important. You have lots of wonderful opportunities available for you locally. You can go to your local library, grab a book, learn something new. Documentary programming is always helpful. So the idea is to continue to stretch your brain, continue to learn new things and experience new things. Also, we do recommend that you eat foods that are rich in omega-3s. That's fish. That also helps with improving our overall brain health. Tip number 5 is checking in with your healthcare provider. So make sure that you have an ongoing dialogue or ongoing communication with your healthcare provider. Remember, a conversation or a relationship with your healthcare provider should be two-sided. So you're talking to them, they're in turn responding to you about what's working best for you. So keep them updated. Make sure that you're at the very least, doing your annual appointments, your annual physical or your annual appointments that are necessary. But if something's going on, something new and different, make sure you're talking to your healthcare provider about it. Don't wait until it gets to a point where maybe it's more difficult to handle. When you do visit your doctor, when you do visit your healthcare provider, it is important that you create a plan. Make a note, make a list, and prioritize your concerns. I think most providers will thank you for that in the long run, but try to come in with a list of no more than 3 concerns. If you have a laundry list or a few things, 5 or 10 or 15 things you want to talk to your doctor about, you might let the staff know so they can get you an extended visit with the physician, or they can schedule multiple appointments. But when you get there, maybe have your top 3 concerns you'd like to talk to your healthcare provider about and go ahead and have that conversation. And then, of course, make sure that they know any life changes, medication changes, anything that's going on with you that's new or different. Tip number 6, keep your stress levels as low as possible. Now, notice I said keeping them as low as possible. We're always going to have stress in our lives. And the joke that I normally make is people think once you retire that your stress level goes down. And most people who are in retirement will tell you that is not the case. Stress levels actually go up. So think about, what do you do every day? What can you do every day to help decrease stress? Do you have a hobby? Do you have a strong support group, a friend or family member that you speak to regularly? Do you exercise? Do you do yoga? Do you meditate? Do you read? What do you do to reduce your stress? And if you can't tell me, if you can't think about something immediately, take a moment and make a list. What would you like to do? What are some things that you want to try to maybe help reduce stress over the long term? And then practice these techniques. Don't just talk about them. Don't just write them down, but practice them. Remember that stress reduction doesn't have to take a lot of your time. You can spend just 5 or 10 seconds in every day dropping that stress level by just a quick meditation. Our final tip number 7, is to nurture and expand relationships. So, especially right now during the COVID-19 pandemic, I think we've all spent a lot of time by ourselves or with our family within our household. So it's important to try not to be alone all the time. Try to get out into the community. Try to see people. I know that's difficult right now with the current pandemic that we're under, but there are lots of opportunities available virtually. So you can jump on Zoom, check out Facebook, get connected with people in different ways. We are fortunate at this particular moment in time in technology. We have lots of technological aspects available to us, or options available to us for us to get out and reach out and connect with other people. So have a circle and keep that circle close. Have a circle of supportive friends and family members who are there to help you, to help get you through the day or get you through your week. It's important to have relationships with others. And as I said, it's crucial, especially right now, that we reach out even more than ever. So reaching out to your community, reaching out to your neighbors. And like I said, it might look a little different than it used to, but it's still important to have that human interaction. So those are the 7 tips on healthy aging. I want to talk to you a little bit about OHI. Of course, I'm going to tell you that the Oklahoma Healthy Aging Initiative, or OHI, can help improve your life in all 7 of these areas. Because OHI provides free wellness and activity classes. We're currently doing all of our programming via Facebook Live and Zoom. Don't worry if you hear Facebook Live or you hear Zoom and you think, I've never done that before. That's okay. We can help you. We can help get you set up, teach you how to use it, so you can use it not only to attend our classes, but also to nurture those relationships with family and friends. All of our programming is free and it's open to anyone. Want to check out OHI's website? All of our classes and information is available on our website at www.ohi.org. And then you can also email me directly and we'll have that information available if you have any specific questions. The Oklahoma Healthy Aging Initiative is a program of the University of Oklahoma's Department of Medicine. And we do have 5 centers throughout the state that serve all 77 counties within the state of Oklahoma. So if you're watching this video and you have a family member in Hugo, or if you have a family member in Wellston or in Guyman, they can take the same class that you do. So another way to improve and nurture those relationships, maybe you have a group that all want to take a Tai Chi class, or a staying active or independent for life, which is one of the classes that Ojai offers. Or maybe you want to do a healthy brain, healthy mind class. You can do that from anywhere throughout the state, which is a wonderful benefit of doing virtual programming. So we do have programming available throughout the state, and we do welcome anyone. If you have a family member from out of state, we welcome them as well. So the programmings are free. Programming is free, and it is open to anyone. I want to thank you for the opportunity to come out. I want to thank you for the opportunity speaking to you today. Have a wonderful rest of your day and stay safe.